Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 2 of Moon Knight. This one's called Summon the Suit, or Getting Mark, which I'm excited about. We learned about Steven last episode, and obviously he has a personality disorder, a dissociative personality disorder, and Mark takes over and we don't see it, but we and Steven wake up to dead bodies several times. A broken jaw, dead bodies. It's a rough life. Randomly in the middle of a bus. Yikes. That has to be terrifying in real life to have this type of disorder. So I definitely have sympathy for Steven, but that also leaves me with more questions because who's the real person? Is it Mark? Is it Steven? Is there someone else? Because we also know that Khonshu, the deity, is also ruminating in there, which I don't think is a personality, but he's in there. Does Mark work with Khonshu? Or is Mark also being taken over by Khonshu? I'm not sure. Um, Mark is obviously untaping and retaping and unbuckling and rebuckling the leg restraint. He's doing all these things to fool Steven, replacing the goldfish as though Steven were a 2-year-old. I think 2 is too young for a fish. I take that back. But we see that Steven finds Mark's phone in which he calls Layla, which I'm assuming is his lover, a really close friend. Although I still think it was a little weird that she still thought that the person on the other end of the phone was Mark when it was Steven with a obvious, like, different accent. Um, so I don't know, maybe she knows about the personality disorder a little bit, or maybe she doesn't. She seemed very surprised. But for months, you've been texting and calling someone for months? You don't reply to my text after like 2 days. Peace out. So she's committed to Mark. So I'm sure we're gonna get a little bit more with her and that whole situation. So this episode should really fill in the blanks, like literally. We also met Harrow, Arthur Harrow, who is a follower of Amet. And I don't like Amet, Amet. Either way, I don't like it. Being prejudged for a sin that you have not yet committed to me is very Minority Report, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But he is chasing after Steven, and his goons are chasing after Steven because Steven has a scarab that Mark stole, which we hear Harrow say that it belongs to Amet. So there's probably still some significance to this scarab. I don't think he's chasing after Steven for just this thing. But the fact that we have Khonshu and we have Amet, um, we're probably going to get more Egypt, which religious undertones, religious anything really is not my jam. But I feel like if you have a superhero with an amazing costume, by the way, that design is so cool. It's scary, but like there's a beauty to it. Like you could really see that glowing under the moonlight if you catch my drift. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna waste any more time. I'm gonna get into this episode. I'm really excited for this series, and especially Oscar Isaac's acting. He is so good at playing two different people that if there are multiple personalities in there besides these two people, which I'm sure there are, we're going to get more of them. I have no doubt Oscar's going to blow our minds. Okay, with that being said, let's get into it. Oh, we're not going to see it? Oh! Oh! It makes me sleepy just thinking about it. I love these shots that they do of the reversals and the reflections. Yeah, it was real, buddy.
I must warn you, what you're about to see is going to melt your brain.
It's probably not going to show anything.
Area 51, like MI6 bonkers, bruv.
Building it up for no reason.
Is that you, Scotty?
Still Stephen.
It's kind of Steven. Scotty might be in there for all we know.
There was a dog chasing me like a hound.
A scary Egyptian dead
Jackal.
hound.
It was a jackal.
A jackal.
It's still you, bruv.
That is not him.
That's not me.
Yeah. Hi, Mark.
I know this is classic HR to say, but you're not alone.
Definitely not.
Yeah, it's like part of the problem.
Any museum property on your person?
No, I haven't nicked anything.
Really, the name tag?
Like, if I could find that storage locker, that might be my one chance to prove to myself that I'm not mad.
Well, you are mad.
Oh, mate, thank you. Oh, thanks. Cheers.
Oh, he broke.
I'm looking for my storage locker. It's under Stephen Grant. If it's not under Stephen Grant, it might be under Mark.
I know you. Number 43, right?
Oh.
I never forget a face.
Well, he didn't seem alarmed when he saw Mark, Steven, whoever he is. It's a very dramatic storage locker. He sleeps there?
Oh my god.
Gun, head, what are we seeing? Oh, gun. Why would I assume there was a head in a duffel bag? My kind of duffel bag. Mark Spector.
It's real. It's totally real.
Oh! Grab the snitch.
I'd say you're a compass, but you're not pointing north. I was wondering if you'd pop up again. I know you're scared. A bit, yeah. Look, I don't care how bloody handsome you are. Tell me what it is you are.
You sure you want to know?
Yes, bloody, yes.
So do I. Tell me.
I serve Khonshu. I'm his avatar.
He serves Khonshu. That answers that question.
Khonshu? Yeah. The Egyptian god of the moon. Oh my god, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Piece of steak and then bam, I go bonkers.
Well, it was overcooked meat, so it probably wasn't that.
Now give me the body. Let me finish this and you'll never hear from me again.
He's talking to him through the gun? That's weird. Oh, Khonshu. See, dramatic. This is so cool. I love how they filmed that.
I'll be back, you fool.
Oh.
Mark? Where have you been? What the hell is going on? Is it Steven the latest fake identity for—
She does know.
Would you just stop clasping my shoulder like that? I don't know where feels like I'm riding with a Victorian Duchess. Do you see the spiral you put me through? It's not okay, yeah? I'm still your wife.
Oh. The calls and the text then should have been returned, yes. Whoa.
She shouldn't be here. Get her out of here, Stephen. No, oh, no. No, this is my mum's flat.
That makes more sense.
So you guys are talking again?
So she knows he's a secret agent, but not that he has a personality disorder.
You sent these papers, but you never signed them.
Are they divorce papers?
Divorce?
Yeah, are we doing this or not?
I would never divorce you.
Steven would never divorce her.
You seem absolutely lovely. This Mark, on the other hand, is a right twit.
I love what they're doing with the reflections. I love it.
God, they've come for me.
Why?
I vandalized the toilet. Hello, officers. How are you?
Mind if we come in, Mr. Grant?
Oh, right.
Appreciate it.
You can't just do that.
have a sleeping disorder.
No judgment. Come on.
Fake passport and a thief. Eek. I think you best come with us, son.
You guys unlawfully broke into his apartment. They're probably not cops. They're probably working for Harrow, but still.
Mark Spector was part of a team of mercenaries that hit a dig site in Egypt, zip-tied and shot in the back of the head. Execution style.
Holy crap.
That's dark, man.
Indeed. Oh, jeez, for the love of God.
You don't need to fight me, Stephen. Surrender control.
Yeah, let's see Mark. I want mercenary Mark.
Do you think that Khonshu chose you as his avatar because your mind would be so easy to break, or because it was broken already?
No. Not broken.
That's deep cut.
To hell. Okay, what is it? You see him? You see him right now?
Kill him.
What's he saying? Is he telling you to kill me?
Break his windpipe.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's all he can do without your help. Come.
And Harrow he does not scare easily. Solid.
People don't want to hear good news. They'd rather cling to their fear, cling to their pain.
It's not true. Oh, you just hear the glass in his shoes.
Khonshu always tries to ensnare those with a strong moral conscience.
Oh,
I am real justice.
I believe you.
What's he saying now? I am real justice.
Oh,
Can you hear him?
Not anymore. I was his former avatar.
really?
Khonshu punishes those who have already walked in evil. By the time his fist of vengeance arrives, people have already suffered.
But you can't do it before.
Amit knows this too well. She tears evil up from the root, casting her judgment before any evil's done.
I don't like it.
Well, isn't that a bit dodgy? Like trusting the judgment of a weird crocodile lady?
Amit will light the path to good by eradicating the choice of evil. Khonshu is a liar. There's always one last thing.
How did he break free then?
If Amit judges people pre-evil, like, isn't she judging an innocent person?
Mm-hmm.
Would she kill a child for something they might do in 30 years?
Exactly.
You're all into that, like killing children and that. I kind of draw a line there at child murder.
Mm-hmm.
This is Amit's gift to her first avatar. A tiny sliver of her power. I need to know, where is the scarab?
Please turn into Mark.
It's the scarab.
I have it. Summon the suit.
Summon the suit? What are you saying?
The suit.
The suit?
And keep this safe.
How does he summon the suit? Okay, that's Infinity Stone power. Probably not Infinity Stone, but you know what I mean. Okay, Layla. Oh, it's getting real. So, is that another jackal? That wouldn't be Amit, right? Because he would be able to summon Amit all the time.
You can do this. I promise.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Summon the suit. I don't know how you do it, but summon it.
Summon the suit!
Oh, nice landing. Oh, that's a nice suit.
What the hell are we wearing? Ceremonial armor from Khonshu's temple, not Psycho Colonel Sanders. I do look sharp, though. All right.
He's not wrong.
Pretty cool, actually.
Just let Mark take over. Good grief. Oh.
It's a different.
Oh, so cool. I like that we're getting this from her perspective, that she can't see the jackal. Oh, God. Oh, God. She's not built for that. Oh, God. Come on! Stephen, Mark, somebody, do something.
Give me control, Stephen. You can't handle this.
I think I can.
Oh.
Come on, that's right. Come on.
So hokey looking. Nice! Good for you, buddy. He looks like a street performer, but good for him.
Do you reckon he's having a seizure? Nah, just a fancy drunk.
Very fancy drunk. Just let Mark take over.
Someone's gonna get hurt if you don't let me help.
All right, do it. Take control.
Nice. Oh, wow. His actual eyes were glowing. That's amazing. Just fighting a jackal in the moonlight. I love that suit. I totally love how they play with reflections in this. Okay. Sweet. Okay.
Sorry, but that belongs to me. I can offer you food, clothing, but I am unable to offer you this. Thank you. I wish
Well,
you could live to
shoot.
see the world we make.
Oh. How is that okay? So killing people to cover up your tracks for an Egyptian god. Okay.
We've always managed to keep a wall between us, but something's changed. The one who controls the body's become stronger.
Interesting.
It's been you. It's always been you. Eating away parts of my life like a parasite. You abandoned your wife. You left her stranded. Khonshu has his eyes on her. He wants her as my replacement, and I'm never going to let that happen.
Oh.
You swore he would not interfere.
I know. I'll handle it.
But nothing more than a corpse when I found you.
Find the scarab.
Too late. Harrow has it. You may not like my next candidate, near and dear as she is to you.
I don't know if I like Khonshu.
Where are we going?
Where the hell do you think?
Never complain about a shirtless Oscar Isaac, though. Not a surprise. Okay, not as much Mark as I would have preferred, but I do feel like we at least got a little bit more of them together, which is nice. And I really wanted to see Mark take over just so we could kind of see what happens when Stephen goes away, because we're not really shown that. We got a little bit, not a whole lot, but we did get him in his full Moon Knight costume, outfit, suit. It's a suit. It's a suit. Don't call it a costume. And he, again, was fighting a jackal. And it's really interesting that nobody else can see it. Between the security footage and then later on outside of Harrow's place, that they're fighting and no one can see it. So obviously he looks like a lunatic when he's fighting this thing. I find that very interesting and slightly comical, but it's also a little scary that, you know, it's limited to what he can see, so he can't even get help. Layla tried, and like I commend her, and she's very capable on her own. It's very interesting that Khonshu wants her after Mark, and of course Mark wouldn't want that. And I think she's great. I wonder what a female Moon Knight would be. Interesting. Poor Stephen. And again, I don't know who came first, chicken or the egg. Is Stephen the main body and Mark is the other personality, or is Mark the main body and Stephen's personality? I believe that it's Mark is the main body and Stephen just is there somehow. He did state that he tries to keep a wall up and keep them separate, I don't know if that's for Steven's sake or if it's for the missions or just because Khonshu wants him to keep them separate because he doesn't want Steven to interfere. Which we see, Steven has kind of a good moral compass. He wants to do what's right. He wants to do right by Layla. He wants to do right by just people in general because he's not okay with Harrow's way of using Amit's way. And he states a good point. Do you judge a child and eliminate them 30 years before that actual sin occurs? A lot of bad things happen in our histories that we learn from and that we are able then to adapt and maybe not recreate for the most part. It's kind of like except random, but Thanos kind of just believed like getting rid of half the population would solve a lot of the universe's problems, and prejudging people for their sins would probably solve a lot of problems. But then you see Harrow just killing that homeless man who had the scarab. Why couldn't that guy have stayed alive? Why couldn't he have joined Harrow's army, right? So he's just killing people in cold blood as well. Which is that not a sin? Maybe Amit doesn't judge Harrow because it's in Amit's name. I don't know. Um, not really the god that I would follow. And I was trying to really like Khonshu because I feel like Khonshu he wants to do the right thing, but I don't really know what his motivation is other than for either Amit not to come back or to win. I don't know what he wins. Um, the fact that he's kind of threatening Mark and not letting Mark go after, Mark's doing all these things for Khonshu and is kind of threatening Layla. I don't really like that god either. So I guess we'll see it play out. He says that, he doesn't want anything to happen to Mark. And Layla knows about the suit. She doesn't know about the personality disorder. It's interesting that Steven, like, you can tell he takes a liking to her right away and, like, doesn't want her to go anywhere, doesn't want to sign the divorce papers for Mark, sees that she's a good person. And that's really interesting because I feel like that's probably a subconscious of just Mark's mind speaking through Steven. And we know that Steven wants to protect Layla, so I kind of see Steven going along more with what Mark and Khonshu want to have happen to keep Layla protected. And now we're in Egypt. We knew we were probably going to go there at some point with all the Egyptian gods and the Egyptian wing of the museum. So, like, here we are. Here we are. So I'm expecting to get a lot more of the gods. Sometimes in the pictures they show a lot of the deities, and I don't know if we're going to get them in their avatars or if we're gonna. I don't know what Khonshu is. Is he just a godly consciousness? I know that Mark is an avatar. So are we gonna get like the rest of the gods floating around in their cool little outfits or suits? And it was really interesting that when Steven summoned the suit, that it kind of went through his consciousness and appeared how he wanted it to appear, how he thought a suit looked, and not really the Moon Knight suit. And of course, Mark making fun of him for that. I thought it looked great. And then when he took off the jacket and he rolled up his sleeves, then he kind of looked like a mime or like the street performer that he talks to on the bench all the time that's in the gold, who I believe is an actual character at some point in this. And he broke when Steven hugged him. He broke. So I don't know if we're going to get more of that guy or not. But he totally looked like just a crazy mime with lit up eyes. I did find it interesting that when Mark took over and he became Moon Knight, his eyes actually lit up first and then everything kind of formed around him. So that kind of tells me that it comes from within. It's not like it's like obviously it's not like a nanotech where you like hit a little button and all of a sudden you're in a suit. So it's something that's summoned from within that comes out. Really interesting. Really interesting. This show is unlike anything really in Marvel. The one thing that like I kept kind of like thinking, and I know it probably doesn't have anything to do with an Infinity Stone, but Amit's staff with the two-headed crocodiles, how that kind of lit up and it had a power within it. Where'd that come from? Now with the introduction of the Eternals and the power that was within the 10 rings, like now I'm kind of like, Is there some sort of celestial power that's coming out that is not associated with the Infinity Stones? Because obviously the Infinity Saga is over that we know of. So I'm really curious as to where this power came from. And hopefully we get more into that. I really like this. I love watching Oscar Isaac play two different characters. I'm looking forward to maybe even more, but just even delving into deeper into Mark's life, his past, because I don't know, we don't hear Steven talk about his past, so I assume again Mark is the main personality, but maybe we'll hear a little bit more of that. I'd like to know who Steven is calling when he's actually calling his mom. Is that a phone that goes to something that Steven set up? Because we know we got a postcard in the first episode. There's still a lot of questions, but it's I find very interesting to actually come across the answers. But I'm thoroughly enjoying watching it unfold. Don't get me wrong. I don't want everything at the beginning. I like this show so far. I find it very interesting and still going into it blind. I'm not watching anything. I'm not even watching the other reactors' reactions to the previous episodes. I like having it unfold in front of me and discovering it. And, watch the spoilers in the comments. I do appreciate everyone's knowledge about this and kind of telling me what I watched in this episode. I definitely appreciate it. So subscribe, leave me a comment if I missed anything in this episode, or if there's anything that was kind of like hidden that I should know. If you guys know anything about Harrow and Amit's staff, I found that very interesting. So let me know what that is if you have any information on that. Other than that, I will see you here next week for episode 3. I'll see ya.